Hi, welcome to my video on graphing a hyperbola number 2. And I decided to do another one, but this equation is not in the general form. So we will write this equation in the transformational form. It's not general, it's not transformational. So let's write the equation in general form, or in, transformational form first, and then we'll find the vertices and etc. from there. Center, asymptote, vertices, and then draw the graph. Here we go. So notice I have brackets, but a monomial times a binomial, so I'll simplify that first. Negative 2x times x is a negative 2x squared. Negative 2x times 4 is a positive 8x over 3. Plus 9 times y squared is 9y squared. 9 times 2y is 18y over 6 equals 43 over 6. Now that I have the brackets removed, I have an equation with fractions. So what do I do with the equation with fractions? I multiply by the LCD. So 6 and 3 is the denominator, so the LCD is 6. So we'll multiply all parts of the equation by 6. That will eliminate your denominators. 3 into 6 goes 2. So we get 2 times negative 2x squared is a negative 4x squared. 2 times 8 is plus 16x. 6 cancels out, and we get 1 times these two, so we get a plus 9y squared plus 18y. So 1 times this binomial gives us these two. 6 cancels again, and I get 43. Now I have the x is negative, the y is positive, so if I want, I can switch those around. I can wait till later. Now I have to make it into transformation form, so I'm going to factor, take out the negative 4. So that's x squared minus 4x. I'm going to factor out the 9 out of the y's, so we get a y squared plus 2 equals 43. So I factored the negative 4 out, factored the 9 out. Now we complete the square. Half of negative 4 is negative 2 squared is 4. So negative 4 times 4 is negative 16. Half of 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1. So 9 times 1 is 9. That's keeping it balanced. So we have a negative 4 bracket. Half of negative 4 is negative 2 being squared. We have a 9. And a half of plus 2 is a plus 1 being squared. And that adds up to be, if you add all that up, you get a 36. Now we'll divide. We want the transformation form. We divide all parts of the equation by 36. So we have a negative x minus 2 squared. 4 into 36 goes 9. 9 into 36 goes 4. And we have a 1. And I always like to put the positive square first, which is the y, and the negative second. It's just the way I do it. I'm used to doing it. So I know that the positive one is the transverse axis, and the negative one is not the transverse axis. So the transverse axis here is the y. So let's look at this. Because we have this form, we have the center is x is negative 2, so it's a 2. Y is plus 1, so we have a negative 1, so that's the center. And now we can look at the asymptotes. And the asymptotes are y minus k plus, equals, that's an equal sign there, plus or minus b over ax minus h. So in terms of the asymptotes, this is the a is with the x, so a squared is 9, so a is plus minus 3. b squared is with the y, so b squared is 4, so b is plus minus 2. So the k is, we have k, that's the opposite of negative 1, so the opposite of negative 1 is a plus 1. Plus or minus b is 2, a is 3, all over. Opposite of 2 is negative 2. And again, whatever is here, this is y plus 1, so that should be y plus 1. That's an x minus 2, that should be x minus 2. Another way to tell. Because from this line, the point is 2, negative 1, which is the center, which is the same as the binomials being squared here. So the asymptotes are y plus 1 equals 2 over 3 x minus 2, or y plus 1 negative 2 over 3 x minus 2. Rather than multiply out the 2/3 and subtract the 1, leave it like this because it's passing through the center with this slope. It's passing through the center of 2, negative 1 with the slope of negative 2 over 3. Now let's look at the vertices. So the vertices are the center. So the center is 2, negative 1, but I'll decide that it has, we forgot to say, the transverse axis is vertical. Why? Transverse axis is vertical because the y is positive. That means we're adding to the y value, so we're adding the b, so it's a plus or minus 2. So vertice 1 is 2, negative 1 plus 2 is 1, vertice 2 is 2, negative 1 minus 2 is negative 3. So let's plot the center on a graph now. So I plot the center first of 2, negative 1. X is 2, y is negative 1. And then I plot the asymptotes. So from here I'm going to go up. From that center I'm going to go up 2, right 3. Up 2, right 3. And also I will go up 2, left 3. So this is the positive one, this is the negative one. If you want, you can go get the positive slope, you go down 2, and you go left 3. If you want the negative slope, you go down 2, right 3. And again, there's the asymptotes, and we can think about it that we have a rectangular box passing through each of these points right here. There's the rectangular box that the teacher will mention. So the asymptotes goes to the corners of the box. This is the positive one, and this is the negative one. And again, there's arrowheads on these, and they're broken because they're the hyperbola. These are asymptotes of the hyperbola. As x goes to infinity, then this is the vertical. So as x goes to infinity, it gets closer and closer to the asymptotes. Again, the vertices are x is 2, y is 1. One vertex is right there, B1. So that means it's it's vertical, so it goes out like that. And the other asymptote, the other vertex is 2, negative 3. X is 2, negative 3 is here. So this is V2. So there it is. Goes out and gets closer and closer. So as x goes to infinity, y is getting closer and closer. The y value gets closer and closer to this asymptote. So as it goes out, it gets closer and closer. As x goes to negative infinity, y, the values of y gets closer and closer to this asymptote. And the same up here. You can see it goes out closer and closer. So that's how, notice I wanted to give you a different equation that you had to do a little bit of algebra on, so this equation here achieves its purpose. So I changed it to transformational form, and in that form you can get the center, asymptotes, and the vertices and draw your graph. So that brings us to the end of the video, which is, I wanted to show you a different equation again. So if you like my video, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. That's the content that's on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Hope the video was of some help to you. Bye-bye.